All right. So, pretty much did everything ish that I could do in the lower ward as far as physically possible at the current moment with quest and whatnot. We got the siege tower that we're gonna go in next. It could be a dungeon. It may not be a dungeon. I don't know. Everyone wants to get inside of it, so we're gonna go in, see what it's like. Let's check it out. And then we got the. Apparently, I did not visit the coffin maker. So we got the coffin maker to visit and the upper ward. Huh. I did not realize that. We've been to the print shop, the warehouse. Oh, you know what? We didn't talk to the 3 dudes in the back of the warehouse either. Okay. Since we're here, let's go to the warehouse and then to the coffin maker, and then we'll swing back to the siege tower. So, because maybe we'll pick up some quests or something that brings us to go inside the siege tower, yeah? So let's see.
All right.
Oh wait, those 3 people aren't there. Is it because of the time? Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's just line of sighting. All right. Can I get back there? Apparently I can. Though Anna cannot. Probably should bring you over here. Just in case there's a fight. Actually, you staying right there is just fine. No. Had the wrong person selected. All right, let's talk to Lena first. You see a middle-aged woman, her face careline and compassionate. She looks like she's led a hard life. Can I help you with something, stranger? Yeah, sure. Who are you? I'm Lena. I supervise these other 2. She waves a hand at her companions. What is it you do here? This is a storehouse. I'm the supervisor. Things get stored here. Things get taken out of here. She shrugs. Not much to tell, really. Okay. Connell. You see a thin, skulking man. His long, nimble fingers quiver slightly, and he has trouble meeting your eyes when he talks to you. You startled me. I haven't seen you around here before, stranger. What do you want from me? Who are you? I'm Connell. I work here. And what is this place? He looks at you carefully to see if you're joking. It's the vault of the 9th world. It's a storehouse. Didn't you read the sign when you came in? Not that carefully. Who are you? Why am I'm torturing this dude. I'm Connell. I work here. Okay, thanks for the answer. Farewell. The old Tratus would be like that, but I mean, our intellect is pretty superior. You see a hulking man, dull-faced and slack-jawed. His muscles, however, are truly a sight to behold. He regards you steadily with his dead eyes. Buh? Who are you? No, talk me, talk Lena. He waves his oath-like arm at the woman supervisor. Just a few questions. No, talk me. He seems agitated. All right, farewell. All right, so we're done with those 3.
I'm gone.
I guess we get something to talk with them later. I don't know. It looks like I'm still peeking in the red, so I'm going to adjust my volume just a smidge hair down. Where's the door? There's the door. Let's go to the coffin maker now.
All right.
I guess that's this right here. It's so good to have ice again. And apparently I didn't know I could cut through there. I thought I had to go around the other way, but I guess you can come right under here. Yeah, our main fridge has been out for like over a month, and because a part had to be ordered. Took a long time for the part. So part finally came in, got our main fridge back up and running. We have a fridge in the garage we've been using, but our main fridge, it's nice to have it up and again because it makes ice, whereas our other one is just, a backup fridge. So that doesn't have an ice maker, that kind of thing. You're the best friend a man could ever have. Okay, all right.
All right.
I don't want to open it. I just, yeah. Just want to inspect all the question marks. All right, so we got Dimtree and Hamries here. All right. You see a tall, slender man with a glassy-eyed expression. He seems engrossed in some tale that the shopkeeper is relating. Occasionally, he nods his head, but makes no comments of his own. Greetings. The man turns slightly at your greeting, just enough to acknowledge your presence. You notice that he is a little pale of complexion and rather gaunt-looking. He's giving you a blank stare. The shopkeeper does not seem to notice any of this and continues with his stream of useless prattle. Are you all right? The man continues to stare at you and slowly nods. You wait for any further response, but he says nothing, only stares. You are about to turn away in frustration when you think you notice a strange, musty odor about the man. Hey, Heroic. Step closer and sniff. You lean in and sniff at the man, unsure what you'll find. As you do, a musty odor fills your senses, an odor you recognize from your time in the mortuary. It is a smell of dead flesh, preserved by magic. You're a zombie, aren't you? The creature continues to stare at you blankly. Slowly, as if with great effort, he begins to reply to you. Only your speak with dead power makes you understandable. Yes, I am Dimtree. Why are you here, Dimtree? Dimtree slowly glances at the shopkeeper and makes a feeble gesture toward him. Seeing this as a sign of interest, the shopkeeper redoubles his efforts in telling whatever tale he is relating to the poor creature. Dimtree looks at you again. Hamries, he talks. Hamries never stops. Wonders town, annoys master, annoys everyone. Master create Dimtree. Tells Dimtree talk Hamries. Now Hamries stay in his shop. Master happy, town happy. Dimtree sad. Is there anything I can do to help you, Dimtree? The creature pauses and resumes his slow speech with you. You can almost detect a pleading tone in his voice. Yes. Find Master, Sebastian. Ask him, release me, please. Oops. Why don't I put you out of your misery? No, Master Revive. Must ask Master Sebastian, please. Sure, Dimtree. I'll see what I can do for you.
Updated my journal.
Okay, we take a little drink here for the updated journals. You can almost sense a feeling of relief emanating from the zombie. Dimtree, thank you, friend. So, how about some questions? The creature gives you a barely perceptible shrug of the shoulders. No, nothing. Dimtree summoned by Master. No darkness, peace, rest. Then Hamries, sorry. Help you, if could. Do you know where I can find Sebastian? Because, you know, he died. Not remember, not now, not no. Remember voice, give order, be here. Walking, Hamries, nothing more, sorry. Alright. So, if I talk to you again, will I get the new dialogue? Sebastian is dead. Okay, hold up. Do we need to go click on his body or something? Is that it?
Done.
Is his body even still there? I mean, Anyone clean it up off the street? His body's not there. Yeah, it's all cleaned. Do I care? Do I want to go back on a save? No, not really. No. Because we did a lot on Sunday. We did a lot on Sunday afternoon. I think the right course of action was to play along with Sebastian and kill the other guy, Groduk or whatever his name was. I think that was the right course of action. But we were very diplomatic, and I'm not sad with the choice we've made. I think we could have got a little bit more quest experience out if we had gone the other route, but I'm not sad with the decision we've made. I have 4 right now, so we got Morty back. Morty, I say Morty, but it's, we got Mort back, so that's good. We haven't gone into the upper ward, and I was checking my inventory out offline, and apparently I have this. It's an endless supply of water, and I had a journal mission to go back to the smoldering corpse. So I had just picked this up, and when I was checking my inventory, I was cleaning the inventory offline. I saw that, and I'm like, there was the Burning Man. Could we use it on him? I have no clue if we can. But apparently it's an item, and I don't know what else I'm going to use it for, so it's worth trying. And I have this evil book, which I'm not going to talk to it. So I saw that it sells very well, so I've made the conscious decision the next time I talk to a shopkeeper just to sell the evil book. So I have good ones still to go. Okay. So yeah, I don't think reloading the game to where hold up, let's do a quick save. I don't think reloading the game back to where is it Mantuic? No. Might have been Mantuic. I don't feel like going back on the quick save is the right thing to do. I don't think that's the right thing to do. So maybe we talk to Hamrys and see if there's anything else to progress there. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get this one done with Dimtree, because good old Sebastian's dead. You see a rugged-looking, square-jawed man. He turns to you with a wide smile. How are you, Cutter? Good day to you. Good day indeed. He squints at you for a second and then juts his hand out to shake yours. Greetings. Hamry's at your service, member of the Harmonium, and the fashioner of fine coffins for the recently departed. I think I know you. Do I not? Let me see if I can place it. He pauses to think a moment. Sharp with names, I was in the Harmonium. Let me tell you, knew everyone on the entire ward. I could lie. Does that get us something? Okay, I gotta tab out for a second. Where does Adon come from? I can't remember a Dawn Planescape. I just want a little he was found in the smoldering corpse. I don't remember finding him in the. All right, I don't want to read anymore because I don't want any spoilers, but I don't remember ever talking to someone named Adon because they said that if I talk to him, I get some items, and I didn't want to read any further. I don't remember that at all. Well, we have no name. I guess it doesn't hurt. My name is Adon. He snaps his fingers. Of course! Adon! I knew I recognized you. Oops. I forgot to pull that back up. Sorry for the tabbing out. I knew I recognized you. Anyway, you require my services? He studies you, then smiles, seeing the opportunity for a joke at your expense. It seems to me, sir, that you are one in desperate need of a coffin, and soon. He seems pleased with his wit. I have some questions. Okay, so that really didn't get us anywhere. Ask away. He gives you a broad smile. Who's your friend here? He glances at the customer. Dimdry? He shrugs like he hadn't considered the fellow before. Quiet, doesn't say much. Do you, Dimdry? Dimdry doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Henry shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day a few weeks back, been a regular ever since. He hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him stay. Seems harmless enough. You see, when I was serving the harmonium, part of our work was to take people under our wing, give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets, get them spruced up. You do know that he's a zombie, don't you? He frowns, glances at him, then back at you. What nonsense are you rattling on about? Timtree's no zombie. Sure, he may be quiet and doesn't move much, but it's just because he's a good listener. I could punch Dimtree. Sure. Well... Sebastian's dead, so we gotta help Dimtree somehow. I'm sorry, Dimtree. We're going for the punch. Boop. He looks at you. Hammerys looks at you in shock. What in the harmonium's name are you? You cuff Dimtree on the skull hard. He doesn't even blink. Hamstry turns red and starts bellowing. You've gone too far! I won't have you striking my customers. I'm placing you under arrest by the authority of the harmonium. He stops and stares in wonder as Dimtree still fails to react. He's a zombie, Hamrys. He stares at Dimtree in confusion. I wonder how he died. You get the feeling that Hamstry's just isn't getting it. Just the other day, he seemed quite lively. He harumphs for once at a loss for words. Well, it looks like old Dimtree will need a coffin. Good thing he ended up here. Thing is, what kind of coffin should... He looks like he's going to begin a lecture. Questions. I tried. Can you tell me about this ward? Yes, the lower ward. He frowns, leans forward as if explaining something to a small child. You know, it's a little known to most newcomers and even people in the ward. Most people think that this ward gets its name simply because it's not as prestigious as some of the other wards. But that's not it at all. Not at all. Do you know where the name comes from? He looks at you expectantly. For all the lower plane portals? He nods, though he seems a little disappointed that you know. Yes, indeed. These portals to the lower planes are actually the reason for the smog in the skies here. He glances upward as if imagining a sky above your heads. But I'm sure you're already aware of the conditions that plague this ward. Okay, other questions. What can you tell me about Sigil? Sigil, he lets out a long breath. Sigil is a city at the center of all things, or so many believe. It is a city of doors. There are literally thousands of portals here. It is home to the Lady of Pain herself. He shrugs. Sigil is a topic that can fill volumes and volumes of volumes. What about the Lady of Pain? The Lady of Pain... Hamry leans in and drops his voice silently. One of the multiverse's greatest mysteries. Everyone will agree. I think she's proved beyond doubt. Shadow that females are the most dangerous creatures in the multiverse, he sighs. Go on. Some say she's a goddess, a power that made Sigil her home. Truth is, she breaks the laws of every power I've encountered. Powers need worshippers. Gives them their power, but the lady doesn't like to be worshipped. People who do end up in her shadow, their flesh torn apart from invisible blades. Now, I've seen some horrible things in my life, things that would make another man's knees go weak and make him lose control of the vitals. Does it even compare to seeing one of the lady's victims? What else can you tell me? Next is, she don't take to people who try to play God in Sigil. See, you may not know this, but first off, no powers can enter Sigil. Not Zeus, not Ra, no one. Word is that the lady's presence somehow keeps them out. Can't get in, not a one. And that twists their stems like you wouldn't believe. Sigil is such a sweet fruit that anyone would want to pluck. That the other powers are always looking for some way into Sigil, they haven't succeeded. Well, it goes beyond that. Not only does a lady keep them out, she keeps anybody inside the city from harming it. Certainly, she has help from our faction, the Harmonium, since we like order. But every once in a while, a foolish bastard takes it into their head to start fighting on the streets of the city. Maybe decide to kill a few Dabu, brew up some chaos, or start casting mass destruction spells. Not a good thing. Makes a lady upset. Doesn't like to see her city hurt. She'll kill you or maze you for doing such. Maze you? You haven't heard of the mazes? He looks at you condescendingly. You are green. The lady's got extra dimensional prisons she can place special offenders in. You see, she takes little bits of Sigil, shapes them into mazes, then cuts them off from Sigil. You'll be walking home one night or be stepping through an archway near your home, then suddenly everything changes. You won't be in the place you remember. You'll be trapped. Chances that there is one way to get out of each maze, but you'll be dead and gone before you tumble into the dark of how to escape. Other questions? Looks like we're done. Okay. Quick save. Can I talk to you again, Dimtree? Do you know where Sebastian is? Okay. All right. He's dead. I don't think that quest is getting done. All right. Well, let's go into the siege.
Done.
The siege tower.
Get your slave over here!
I'm gone.
Oh, I didn't even... Is this not a dungeon? I thought this would be a dungeon. Is there any traps here?
Why not?
Oh, you're not detecting, are you? This fire is pretty cool. I know, right? Look at the art. This was pretty cool back in the day, right?
Done.
Oops, wrong button. You like this art better than BG3? I mean, this isn't easy to do back in, what, the 90s? Or was this early 2000s? Even still. You see an iron creature. This art has style. Yes, this is pretty good. You see an iron creature. Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattles the rockway as the creature hammers away on its forge, and the smell of soot and ash fills the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
I was getting thirsty anyway. Yeah. There is screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge bracers run through its lower torso and into the walls, and the bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. What are you? I am iron given purpose. What purpose? I forged the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. You mean forging weapons, that's your purpose. Metal is like flesh. Both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential, allow it expression. Who do you make these weapons for? I forge them for the sake of entropy. They are pain-seeking expression. Well, what does infantry need weapons for? You see a screen of Planescape Torment, and I know what it must be. Not always so with games. So what does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, Order rallies its legions. The multiverse heals its wounds. Its time and strength may equal entropy. So the multiverse is your enemy. Why?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes, it grows, it stagnates, it forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. And you're opposed to chaining entropy. When a thing seals itself, it gets its own destruction. It merely dies a different death. So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death? We get to pick stuff. Except the death you seem to offer is violent and senseless without meaning? Huh. Huh. What do we pick here? The death you seem to offer is violent and senseless without meaning. Number 3? All things have common ground in decay. War is necessary. Death is necessary. Decay is necessary. And how much of this is too much? That's a good question, I feel like. I mean, all things should have a beginning and end, I guess. I'm gonna go with number 1. There are no limits. Limits are one of the links in the chain of order. Limits must be shattered. The writing is so good. Even if death is the result. All must fall upon Entropy's blade. The time nears when it will be necessary to breach the walls of creation. Order will be put to the sword, its chains will be broken, the multiverse will be unmade. I see. I had some other questions, I guess? Ask! Let's go straight to the point. Have you heard of a night hag named Rabble? The night hag sought to sunder the city. Her greatest works were those of unmaking. She walked the path of entropy. Do you know what happened to her?
Updated my journal.
Order set chains about her. She was cast within a cage. Okay, where's the cage? Her prison is unknown to me. Okay, other questions. Who are you again? Okay, yeah, you mentioned that before. What is this place? The tower is a siege engine. It exists to breach the walls between planes. How is this breaching planes? How?
Updated my journal.
The tower anchors itself upon a plane. A wound is torn in the multiverse when the bridge of the tower opens. Legions may pass from one plane to the other through the tower. When the plane has served Entropy's purpose, the tower anchors itself again. What happened to the legions that have used the tower? Entropy has unmade them. And what happened to the planes the siege tower invaded? Entropy has unmade them. Okay. Why? Can you tell me more what you'll do with the weapons? No, he already said that. Can you do anything with my weapons? Show me what you have brought. I will study its potential and see if its pain can be given expression. Very well. Oh, okay. So you have stuff. What is this? Spike gauntlets. So this goes on your hands? Yeah, fists. Fighters and thieves. Thaco +3? Enchanted +1? Holy moly. Piercing and crushing? Can you use that? No. Wait, are you really? You could use it. Are you really? Yeah, you are proficient in fist. I forgot. Oh wow! If we had the money. Enchanted +3. Resistance to magic. Oh yeah, I should read the flavor text here. These daggers are once wielded by Shar. Ooh, the Mage Slayer. Shar was an assassin of some merit who decided to specialize in the removal of mages for large sums of gold. To further her goal, she commissioned the creation of these blades by the mage Thex Vorton. With her new weapons in hand, she was quite successful at her craft. Shar met her demise when she was hired to assassinate the very mage who created the daggers. Much to her surprise, the weapons failed to harm their creator, Thex, nor did they grant Shar protection against his spells. Whoops. A ridge of huge black spikes bristle along the knuckles of these metal gauntlets, allowing the wearer to perforate any target they punch. Clamps line the edges of the gauntlets to secure them in place once worn. These gauntlets bear an enchantment that allows the user to strike opponents with the strength of 10 men. The spikes along the knuckles simply add insult to injury, as any victims whose bones are not shattered by the initial attack will slowly bleed to death from the jagged wounds the spikes inflict. And these are just enchanted weapons? Yeah. So... Wait a minute. A rune blade, huh? -4. The tiny runes etched in the blade are powerful words that offer the wielder increased resistance against all types of... Oh, so you're not really going to be using this to stabby. Unfortunately, with its emphasis on magical defense, the weapon's awkward design makes it virtually ineffective in physical combat. So this gives 50% resistance to magic. That is freaking huge. Apparently I can use it, and I got some money for it. I feel like that's a nice item to have, and I can just put it on and off at will. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a gotta have. Let's see what things he's got here for you. Nothing. And for you, it's these things. Like, I really think this is the best. The punch daggers of Shar would be killer for Anna. Too bad I can't sell. I'm gonna sell this club. I'm gonna sell the tome that I have, and I guess I can get rid of my severed arm. I'm not sure. I suppose. All right. I gotta get the rune blade, right? I feel like we gotta get it. That's pretty dang huge. Oh yeah, I kept a scalpel for surgical things. Like to open the zombies' mouths and whatever, that were sewn or something. But yeah, we gotta go. We gotta sell some of our crap. How do I get out of here?
Done.
There we go.
All right.
Is this the... Where is it? No, it's up here. Okay. These are where the vendors are at. I'm gonna sell this evil book. I know it gives me a pretty good price. Where... I don't sell it to you. Who do I sell it to? Is it you? $4,000. All right. Deal. I mean, it says it's evil, and well, we're not gonna go down that train. Oh wow, you could actually sell your decanter. And I need the money. I need them. Should I sell my pet Lim Lim? This is your pet Lim Lim. Maybe not. maybe not. Let's keep Lim Lim just a little longer. Is there anything else we can sell? I think I said I was going to sell something here. What was it? What is it you do again? Invoke strength. Okay. Oh, the Club of Needles. It causes confusion. Usable only by thieves. Thaco +2. But she doesn't use it, so I guess I'm going to get rid of it. There we go. All right. So we can get out of here. What time is it in the game? Midnight? I think I should rest. Hi, nameless one. Hi, Hachi. Is it... hopefully I'm saying it right. Is it Hachi-man? Or is just Hachi? But hi! I think I'm gonna rest just to get daytime in the game back. Let's talk about trades. Okay. So Sebastian is dead. How can we help Dimtree? I don't think we're going to be able to help Dimtree. Maybe there's another way to help Dimtree. Maybe. And maybe that's why... Maybe we'll progress through the game a little bit more. But I feel like we should have talked to everyone before we got Sebastian killed, but whatever.
Done.
I'm not going to go back on the save. There we go. So we're going to explore new territory. This is all brand new territory coming up. Actually, wait. Can I make my way back to the smoldering corpse? Is that possible? Do I go back through the alley? Or do I want to just go to the upper ward and explore it? Maybe we'll get other quests to go back there. It's just that I have this decanter, right? So I'm curious if this will work on the Burning Man. You know what I mean? Okay, I am curious. Let's go here. I make sure I'm running over here. I'm curious if we backtrack, what does it do? I feel like we had to run out here and some stuff exploded or collapsed or... Oh, wow, okay. We can do this. Alright, before that happens, let's save the game in case I can't get back. Let's do a new save. Smoldering corpse. That kind of makes sense to me. I know it was a hive, but which hive? This is where I'm at now. Can't go back that way. So I guess this one? No, it's not this one. Yeah, there we go.
I'm gone.
Come on in, Cutter! Come on in, Cutter!
Wait a minute.
I love this.
What's the maximum number of people you can have in your party? Do we even want this person? Ignis?
Done.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how many. I'm tabbing out here, so the noise is gonna go. Without getting spoilers here, what is the maximum party size Planescape Torment? There are 7 potential companions in the game, although only 5 can be in the party at once. Well, okay. What character is Ignis? What character is Ignis? Planescape. He is a sorcerer. Okay, so I'm a mage. You think? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't dive too much into it. Probably is evil with all that fire. All right. I'm gonna pass for right now. At least I know I can come back here. You did use him, wanted to use him more, but didn't fit well in my party, I think. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a little goody-goody two-shoes. So, probably not going to work for us.
Done.
I'm going to go back. At least I can travel around, like, better. That's good.
Done.
Wait a minute. To the upper ward. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't gone to the upper ward. Is it the clerk's ward? Right? Oh, hey, new territory. Okay, okay. And it's 5:16 in the morning. Okay, that's probably not good. Got a couple of named people here. Diligence and Matter, of course. This giant of a man wears an equally immense suit of ornate red armor. He regards you cautiously, but without fear as you approach him. Greetings. A booming voice echoes from within his great helm. Greetings, citizen. I am Matter of Course, bodyguard of diligence, fourth magistrate of the ward. You must excuse me, for my duties lay at her side. Farewell. Just one or two questions? He just walks away. Okay, well, let's talk to Diligence. Hey, Diligence, before you go. This older, stern-looking woman is clearly on her way somewhere. When she notices your approach, she studies you with a disapproving, tight-lipped frown. Greetings. So, the decanter really does work on Ignis, then? Probably. See, it just clicked on me. All right, so... Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind. I'm glad I kind of put two and two together there. All right. So the woman nods curtly, speaking in a tone cold as ice. Yes, what is it? And watch your words, for I am Diligence, fourth magistrate of the ward. You're who? Yeah, sure. Diligence simply stares at you, a faintly disgusted look upon her face. Something troubling about my appearance? I should most certainly think so. Should the Apparel Regulation Act be passed, people of your sort won't be permitted to traipse around in such a manner, half naked and filthy as you are. I'm quite clean, begging your pardon, and meaning no disrespect, madam. Some cultures might find your clothes offensive. Woohoo! She examines you skeptically for a moment, then nods. Your point is well taken, sir. Still, though, you cannot deny you are a rather rough-looking sort of fellow. My appearance is merely a product of my environment, madam, and a difficult life. I shouldn't be held accountable for that. Oh, but you should. How easy it is for one to blame one's life, one's surroundings for their every failing. I can see by your manner you are well educated, sir, yet you appear to insist upon a lifestyle of wandering and senseless violence. Why not settle in Sigil, become a contributing citizen rather than some bloody-handed nomad in the streets? The choice is out of my hands, I assure you. Oh, how so? Her coldness melts away into a look of curiosity. Tell her your story or what you know of it. Okay. She looks shocked. That is quite a tale, sir. Were it only a tale, madam, it is my life, and I have the scars to prove it, as you noted when we first met, I believe. Yes, quite so. She smiles slightly. You had begun to wonder if she was even capable of such a thing. I wish you luck, sir, in your undertakings. May you find yourself once more. The choice is out of your hands. She shakes her head. I'm afraid I'm a busy woman, sir. My position as fourth magistrate leaves me little time with which to answer your questions. I'm sure another citizen can help you, however. Farewell, then, Lady Diligence. Okay, all right. Done. Can't check on that. All right. Mal Manor. You see what appears to be a tailor shop. Okay. This thin, sharp-faced man rushes towards you, calling for your attention. Sir, but a moment at a time. Were you perchance here to visit the tailor? The man breaks in. I asked, sir, because I seem to have offended the man. I had commissioned the hot-blooded fool to make me a costume, but he's thrown me out of his shop and will not speak with me now. So the man suddenly balls his fist and shakes him at the sky. What have I done to deserve such treatment? Nothing, I say. I was a patron. It is his duty to serve me, that churlish buffoon. What did you want from me? Huh? Oh, yes, you. Could I beg of you to enter this place and fetch my costume for me, sir? I have a masquerade to go to and have not the time to commission another tailor. Man, these are the well-educated people over here. They're definitely not eating limbs and manner of things. Could I beg of you to enter the place and fetch my costume for me, sir? Oh yeah, I've already read that. Okay. Yes, I'll go get it now. How about I'll do it, but not for free. We kind of need the money. I think that would go over well with Anna. Like, I went from helping people willy-nilly to, I mean, the guy's been polite. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll see what I could do.
Updated my journal.
Oh, most excellent, sir. 'Tis the very building right here. He points to the long, low structure just north of him. I thank you, sir. Okay. Sorry, I got to tab out again. All right. Can I dialogue
Bulwark,
with
also known as Wanker City.
you?
Aye. What is it you want then?
I don't know if I've talked to any of my companions, but when I had this dialogue come up the last time I played, it made me question it. I had a question about how you found my body. Well, what were you doing looking for bodies in the pregnant alley? I mean, you would have had to creep your way through the tenement, then pass the debut to get there, then the place isn't even heavily trafficked as the rest of the hive, so why would you even look for bodies there? The rest of the hive is picked clean. Gotta find new spots to poach debtors. You feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull and you suddenly realize she's lying to you. Are you sure, Anna? There must be something in your tone because it stops Anna's tale dead for a moment, then it resumes a little slower than before. I think, she frowns, and then she seems a little uncertain. I don't usually go there to scrap debtors, to think of it, and I've never been there before. I just kind of came across it, so why did you go there? Getting to know your companions is one of the most amazing things in the game. Yeah, I feel like I've missed out on some potential here, but at least I get to do it. I don't know, I just did, and lucky for you I did, or you'd still be there. The same crawling sensation as before warms up the back of your skull, and with it comes another realization. Anna's lying, but oddly enough, she doesn't know she's lying. Anna, were you compelled to go there? Is that how you found me?
Updated my journal.
What? Okay, so we got to spend some time talking to our companions tonight. Okay. She nods slowly. I may have. She gives a half-hearted shrug. It wasn't one of my usual haunts, but I couldn't help myself. I just wanted to see what was there that day, and there you were, dead as a timber. She pauses. You were like a lodestone, you were. I don't know what led me to find you. Other questions? Didn't I meet you in the hive before I found Farid? You did. I haven't forgot you. When I asked about Farid, you told me he was south and west of the mortuary, when he wasn't. You did. And you'd have done the same if some scarred wreck came to you and asked where you could find your Da. She shrugs. Yeah, I found him anyway, so I don't know what to hear you crying about it, carrying on about it, I don't. What were you doing by the mortuary? It's my territory. I was looking for debtors, I wish. She looks you up and down and smirks. Found a walking one, I did. Okay, other questions. Tell me a little bit about Farid. Oh, Stutter Crutch, he's my Da. Well, not me real Da. He found me when I was a wee girl and needed a collector to crawl into places the rest of those fat gillies couldn't squirm, so he took me under his crutch. I didn't think you and him looked much alike anyway. Her eyes narrow and her tail begins to lash back and forth. And what do you mean by that, then? I meant it's hard to see any resemblance between that ugly, stooped, greedy, smelling gutter troll and you. Okay, number one. She flushes a deep red. Oh, is that so? And how do you see that? I mean, have you ever looked at yourself? Aside from the way you carry yourself, you're confident, sensible, and graceful. Not to even take into account your obvious good looks. You have that rich, fire red hair, those sharp green eyes, and that striking profile. Yeah, let's go with truth. She just stares at you. So that's all I meant when I said you and Farid look nothing alike. She nods, still staring at you. She doesn't even blink. Are you listening to me? She suddenly leans in and she bites you sharply in the neck, giving a soft hiss. Oh, get my popcorn out. Holy crap. Rather than pulling back, she presses closely into you and whispers into your ear. Do you fancy your chances? Her tail begins to lash slowly back and forth, but the rhythm is more hypnotic than angry. I'm blushing. It's getting hot in here. You can feel Anna's heart beating fast in her chest and the color rising into her cheeks. You suddenly become conscious of the fact that Anna's skin is smooth, soft. I want to tell you something, and you can't poke fun at me, all right? Do you know I like the way you smell? Oh, aye. It drives me barmier than a chaos man, it does. She sniffs up the side of your cheek, and she gives a low, eager hiss. I see the way you look at me, and I like it. You've got hungry eyes, you do. It makes me a fire. I want to bite you, soft-like around the neck. She teases the side of your neck with her teeth, never breaking skin, and with every whisper, you can feel her breath along your ear. Her hand slides up and around the back of your neck and tightens, and you can feel her nails digging into your skin. I want to drag my nails along the back of your neck and force you to kiss me. I'd like to just interject here and point out that I'm not going to say anything to spoil the mood, Chief. I'll just float here and watch. Don't mind me. Just sitting here, floating and watching. That's me. Kind of forgot about the other two. Do you know I can smell you from 50 paces? That smell of formaldehyde pouring off of you like one of those dusty shamblers? Maybe if you cleaned yourself up some, you'd be a right prize. Her eyes flash. I'd make passion with you so hard, you'd be knocked off the spire. She steps back, her tail flicking lightly against your leg, then gives you a hard stare. So, do you fancy me? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Grab her, bite her back. You grab Anna, and before she can squirm feet, you bite her lightly in the neck. As your teeth touch the skin, Anna hisses loudly, clawing like a cat, and tears away from you. I was only teasing you, you scarred vampire! Leave off! Despite her protestations, however, her face is flushed, and she is breathing heavily. I watch your mitts next time. She crosses her arms. You're making me red, you are. I kind of like this response. You bite me, I bite you. If you don't like it, then don't do it. Woo! Boom. I'll do what I please, so I will. Anna sneers. She still seems to be a little flushed. You just keep your mitts off of me, you hear? Other questions. Anna, when Farad went to return the tribute he took from my body, he vanished for a while, then came back, but he never left Ilwyn Court. Do you know where he went? Oh, yeah, to tell you, Stuttercrutch has got a stash pit somewhere close to you. It's the only reason I can see why he set up Kip in that 50 drafty hall. Nothing but stinking shadows. Is that where he puts his tribute? Aye. Now what are you on about? You planning to bob him? Farad's done me no harm, actually. Well, good. I'm warning you against such a thing. I am. Farad can be a daft sometimes, but he's mean as all fiend spit when he gets all worked up. She frowns. And he loves his keepsakes, he does. But where would he keep it all? If he's been at the village for as long as he says, he would have amassed quite a collection. Well, I know he's never left his hall to get the tribute when he needed it. He wouldn't want to walk far with the lame leg of his, though, right? Aye, that's true, but only if you don't watch him careful. He isn't lame, though. He puts on a fair show about being weak in the leg. So that crutch of his could be a portal key. She frowns in the thought for a moment and slowly nods her head. Yeah, there's a thought. I wouldn't know how you used it, though. Maybe just to have it. Maybe we'll find out. I had some other questions. Have you heard of a night hag called Rabble? At the mention of the name, Anna spits 3 times and makes a semicircle over her heart. Hist, are you daft? Don't be mentioning her name if you value her life. Why? She's the evilest of the Grey Ladies, she is. Anna's voice drops to almost a whisper, as if afraid of being overheard. Filthy mean and with more power to toss around than some powers. It is said that all of Brambles through and through, even her heart. It's said you can never kill her because her body's like a tree. You lop off one limb and there's always another still growing somewhere else across the plains. You speak as if she's alive. Of course she is. She has to be. Her voice drops again. How would you kill such a thing as her? That's why the lady had to maze her, so it said. Other questions? I think we're done? Yeah. Okay. So that was Anna. The great thing is that more unlocks as you level and the game progresses. Well, see, that's cool. Let's talk to Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Talk to Khan. Oh. Okay. I don't mind you tagging along, but is there anything else you can do except chatter? Hey, chattering's my best trait. He rattles the teeth and grins. Eh? I'm more curious about what you got while you were at Lothar's. Ooh. Well, I made some friends when I was sitting on the shelf, waiting for you to bail me out. Thanks for taking your sweet time about it, by the way. They said if I needed any help, I could just call on them. What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
Oh. Well, I just whistle, and they kind of show up. They're a good bunch of bashers, bite like snakes, too. Mort now has a special ability called Skull Mob. When invoked, he can summon a horde of skulls from off-screen to come and bite an opponent multiple times. The strength and damage of the skull varies according to Mort's level, and the power can only be used a limited number of times per day. Wow! You have to talk to them. I get it. All right, even though I kind of feel like we know what this is, let's just go ahead and have him read my tattoo on the back again. Don't tell me you forgot again. No, I think I want to hear all of it this time. Go ahead and refresh my memory. But I'm going to be hearing that a lot. Let's see. I know you can feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of stick squash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that you'll shed some light in the dark in the matter. Farrad can fill you in on the rest if he's not in the dead book already. Keep going. I will. All right, here's the last bit. Don't lose a journal or we'll bump up the sticks again. And whatever you do not tell anyone who you are, what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farrad. And of course, that little bit at the end about not trusting skulls. What do you think that part means? Do you think it refers to you? I doubt it. I mean, you can trust me, right, Chief? Are you lying to me, Mort? No, come on. What's your problem, Chief? I haven't steered you wrong yet. I don't like the fact you didn't read me that line. I'd like to know what else you've neglected to mention since we've been traveling together. Nothing. I've told you everything. Well, almost everything, but nothing, dangerous. If there's anything else, I suggest you tell me now. Chief, seriously, there's nothing else. I wouldn't hold out on you. All right, Mort. Other questions. Can you tell me a little about Sigil? Sigil's a ring-shaped city that's squatting on top of an infinitely tall spire in what some claim to be the center of the plains. Of course, how it could be at the top of infinitely tall spire and how the city even be at the center of the plains raises some questions. Anything else? Sigil's called the City of Doors mostly because there are a lot of invisible doors that lead in and out of it. Just about any arch, door frame, barrel, hoop, bookshelf, or open window might be a portal under the right conditions. It all depends if you have a key to open it. Keys? See, I guess the best way to explain it is most portals are sleeping, right? You could walk through them, by them, on top of them, and nothing would happen. Now, every portal has something that wakes it up. That could be a tune you hum to yourself, a loaf of week-old Bitopian bread, remembering what your first kiss was like, and then bam! The portal gets its juices flowing and you can jump through it to whatever's on the other side. Like where? Anywhere, Chief. Literally. Any place you can think of, there's a portal there. That's why Sigil's so popular across the plains. Okay. Why didn't you tell me about the extra line on my back? Oh, well, that bit at the end? Well, I figured it was washed, so I didn't read that line out loud. Okay, all right, never mind. We've already asked him about that. I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Well, here's how I see things. Go on. Looks like we need to find out more about that Night Hag rabble. And I have to tell you, Chief, I'm not looking forward to that. The Fest Hall of Sages and some of the sensory stones might be able to tell us something, though. What?
Updated my journal.
Sorry, Chief. I keep forgetting you have all the knowing of a Green Prime. Look, the Festival is the main kip of the Sensate faction in the Clerk's Ward. They have libraries of the sensory stones that store experiences, and they have plenty of sages, lecturers, and trainers that might be able to tumble us onto the dark of what's up with Rabble. Okay, good point. You said you're a mimer, right? Yeah, a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. Okay. What do you know about the night hag rabble? Well, she's a night hag, and she was definitely barmy enough to make you immortal of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mort rolls his eyes. Still, anyone addled enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone who we really want to find. Okay. And how did you die, Mort? No idea, Chief. I kind of forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself much. At least there was something waiting for me after I died. Even if it's a life as a floating skull, I mean, it could have been worse. What happened to your body? I don't know. All right, it's just gone. Mort glares at you. But don't think I miss it, because I'm happy just the way I am, and I don't need your half-wit judgments or snide remarks, all right? Okay. All right, nothing more. All right, let's talk to Dakan. Yeah, this has been quite interesting. And Anna, she's definitely into me. She's definitely into me. She just has a funny way of admitting it. She clearly thought she was the one playing the games until we played back. You think all party members have secrets? Probably.
What is your will?
Dakan turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him, then he nods. What is your will? Pardon me. There are things I would know, Dakan. I had some questions about the Githzari. Can you tell me of the Githzari people again? He's silent for a moment. Know this, and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo. With a deft motion, Dakan slips his blade from his back and holds it before him. Wait and see what happens. There, we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch, a series of rippling waves of metal begins to roll forth from the center of the blade. The pitch and crest of the waves match the inflections and Dakan's voice. It is chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are Githzari. What is that blade you have? It moved, shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karak blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. What does that mean? He falls silent for a moment, as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. The people? The Githzari. So the Githzari can shape this Karak with their thoughts. It's not shaped by heat, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder on its surface and in its edge. When one knows oneself, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know oneself, the blade is as water, formless and weak. So what rank does the blade signify? The blade is a symbol carried by the Zerth. A Zerth is one who knows the words of Zerthamon. In knowing the words of Zerthamon, they know themselves. Zerthamon founded a race. He knew the Githzari before they knew themselves. He defined the people. He gave them one mind. All right. What about other things I would know? Or maybe I had some other questions about the Githzari. Yeah. You seem to place a special emphasis on knowing. Why? All things, whether structures or flesh, their existence is defined by their knowing of themselves. And if a man does not know himself? When a mind does not know itself, it is flawed. When a mind is flawed, the man is flawed. When a man is flawed, and that which he touches is flawed. He pauses. It is said that what a flawed man sees, his hands make broken. Do you know yourself? His cold black eyes take on the same distance that you noticed when you first met him. let's ask again. When Dakan speaks again, his voice has changed. His words echo like a great stone dropped into a chasm. It looks like he is forcing the words from his chest. It is not my will that you know this. Perhaps I was being too kind, phrasing it as a question. Tell me. We're going there. The words come out of Takan slowly, as if they are being carried one by one. It has come to pass that I do not know myself. Oh, wow. Why? Dakan's voice drops to a whisper like sand. I do not know why. I know it has happened, but I know not the how, nor the when, nor how to know myself once more. Holy crap, that's gotta hurt the dude like huge. I want more questions about the Gazari. Let's ask. The language. Here we go. Can you teach me the ways in which your people speak? Know that the speech of the people has its foundation in history. All things are story to us. Metaphor is a tool and an inspiration to the strength. Know when we speak of Torg's table, we remember that Torg was noted for his hospitality and goodwill. When we speak of Selquent's heart, we recall the lecherous and cruel nature of Selquent. I understand. Will you teach me?
Updated my journal.
Dakan teaches you some of the common forms of speech. A wise man is said to have wrote the Book of Anarchs, while to accuse another of treason is to remember Vilcor's eye. It is said of generous people that their cupboards are bare. Common greetings include Hell, Swordringer, and Zerkarai's kin bow to you, to which one should respond, and the traveler is pleased. Dakan is a skilled teacher. After his instruction, you feel capable of exchanging proper greetings with other Gazari. Well, that would have worked had we not killed them. Whoops. Probably would have gone a little better. Okay. For those that watch this later on YouTube, I'm sorry. It's my first playthrough. I'm sorry. I'm just now talking to my companions. 40 hours, 30 hours in. This writing is so good it makes me want to cry. It is really good. They have put a lot into this, man. The con teaches so okay, so I had some other questions about the Gazari. Okay. Okay, I think we're all right, so we're good on that. Let's other questions. I wanted to ask about our travels. Okay, what can you tell me about the sigil? It is known by the name of Sigil among the people. It is known as the city that does not know itself. What do you mean? The city exists, but it does not know itself. In not knowing itself, its existence is flawed. You speak as if the city is alive. It may not be aware and know itself in the sense that you and I might know ourselves, but it lives, it grows, changes, and touches the minds of all that live within it. So why do you say it does not know itself? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the planes, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps these doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself, and not knowing itself, it is flawed. So, what if the city is not flawed? A thing does not need to be ordered and have a purpose to know itself. What if these contradictions are strengths that you cannot see? Let's go with number 3. To your question, a question. What if the city is flawed and you see its contradictions all around you? Okay. To your question, a question. You claim the city's existence is flawed. You've accepted this rather than explore the possibility that something greater may exist. That suggests you are flawed, and that you do not search for knowledge, but only for a convenient answer. Oh, this is going to rock your socks off. He falls silent. There is no knowing the answer to the questions we have asked, yet the city exists. That is all. Yet, I would maintain that we know ourselves by the questions we ask and the ones we do not. If we cease asking questions and accept only what we can perceive, I am going there, then we will cease to know ourselves. Dakan's voice has changed slightly, become heavier. Such words have been spoken before. I have heard them and know them. Where have you heard them? The words are mine. Once I knew them and knew their meaning. I had forgotten them until you spoke. Dakan's gaze travels through you, and his blade stops shimmering, bleeding of all color until it is translucent. Dakan, how is it I know your words? I spoke the words, but they do not belong to me. Others may know them, for the knowing of it lies within all things. Human can call it wisdom. Very well. What's other things I need to know? Can I talk to you about your teachings? I wish to give and resume the... No, I don't want that. Can you teach me anything of the art, Dakan? Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Know that the way of the people is not the same as the art you have come to know. It is not the energy that gives strength. It is knowing the self that gives strength. The teachings of Zerthamon speak of such things. Would you teach me the way? Do you know what you have asked? The texture of Dakan's blade flows until it becomes a stone. To walk the path of Zerthamon, you must know the people. The knowing of such things by one not of the people is a difficult matter. There are those not of the people who have heard the way of Zerthamon, but they do not know the way. Sure, I want to know of the people and know of Zertamon's teaching. I believe there's wisdom to be learned in such things.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Man, you can hear all the way back there me chewing on the ice. I gotta tune this noise gate. I still think my volume's still high. I gotta listen to myself after this and see if I need to turn it down more. Know that I have heard your words and I shall test them. To learn, you must know the people. To know the people, you must know the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. Dakan holds up the stone disc in his possession, and his spider-like fingers hook into its sides. There is a click, and the blades of the circle slide into a new configuration. He reverses the motion, sealing the stone. Know the first circle of Zerthamon is open to you. Study it, then I will hear your words. I will read the first circle then. In the meantime, I had other things I would know. Okay. What is Shiraklor? Is that it? Number 4? His forehead creases as if he was struck a blow. It is not my will that we speak of that place. Dakan, tell me, what is it? No, it is the place where I died my first death. And what is that? It is one of the great homes of the people. It has suffered many wounds in its life. One of its scars is by my hand. So what do you mean? Upon the rolling plane of limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos within their thoughts. Know that there is no such place for a divided mind. Dakan raises the blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stone. As Dakan speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. I understand. Go on. Long have I known the words of Zerthamon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthamon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it has came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthamon without knowing the words of Zerthamon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. Ooh, so you doubted the words. No. Dakemon's voice is edged and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words, yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthamon knew them. And so division formed. As my mind became as two, as my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Gazari, many hundreds of scores of Gazari, doubted. Sharak lore died that day. So those that followed you came to doubt the words as well, and the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerthamon came. Know that their hatred of his words, and the people lent their blades strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Khazari drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade as if it's blistering. Know this happened long ago. So what happened to you? As I fell from the walls of Shiraklar, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon limbo seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. So how did you survive?
Updated my journal.
Man. Just talking to Dakan, you know this is no ordinary game. Yeah, right? As you speak the words, you feel a strange crawling sensation eat its way through the back of your skull, and your vision blurs. You take a deep breath and steady yourself. For some strange reason, you feel nauseous, as if the landscape had just started spinning around you. How did you survive, Dakan? I suffered as I neared death. I came to know myself. I survived. That is all. Okay. Other things we wish to know. Did we talk about it? Okay. Yeah, we're done. Wow. Okay. That was a lot. That was a lot.
Done.
I'm gonna make one more change here to the microphone. There we go. I'm gonna see if that works a little better, because I could see myself peeking into the red every now and then, and I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So, enemy sighted? What the heck? It's a shadow! Is the Lady of Pain coming for me? That's why I love this game, and it pays out through the end, which is amazing. Is she coming for me?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
What's up?
The Karak sings true.
Oh, okay. Go to Khan. Is it just because it's night? It's probably because it's just night, right? Or the Lady of Pain is sending her minions after us, maybe.
I'm gone.
I don't know. We're definitely not going to be able to finish the Clerk's Ward tonight, because I can only spend so much time, because, you know, work tomorrow morning, that kind of thing. So I'm probably going to go for another 40 minutes, maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, now I just want to play a game as Gazar. So there we go. Yeah, like a what were they called? The type of monk. What are they called? Not samurai. Oh man, I made one for a D&D campaign that I only played a little bit, and then the crew fell apart, and I had to make the cleric. What was he? He fights with a two-handed sword, and it's, what is that monk called? Oh man, I can't remember. Was it like Blade Master or something? I'm gonna have to look it back up. I can't remember what it was called in D&D. But anyway, an RPG in Limbo where knowing creates and not knowing destroys. Yeah, that would be an interesting role-playing game for sure. For sure, man. Takan is very rich, and he's just dripping with flavor. And Anna's just gonna keep us on our toes. Quite literally.
I'm gone.
Or maybe not. We'll see. She seemed to like what she was doing. Sensate. Okay. And we got a curtain there? Or is that another door? Alright, let's talk to Gonglaves. This short, heavy-set, middle-aged man is wearing clothes that seem to be spun of glittering gold. In his hands, he holds a bolt of cloth strung taut across a wooden frame. He is currently embroidering some pattern into the fabric. Greetings. The man doesn't seem to acknowledge your presence. He continues to work at his embroidery, muttering under his breath as he sews. Shimmering motes of light can be seen to sparkle and drop from the tip of the needle. I forgot the details of most of that dialogue, but not my enjoyment of it. Ah, there you go. Good sir, did you hear me? The man does not look up from his work, frowning distastefully as he answers you. Yes, yes, and I am certain that what you need is truly quite urgent. Now, if you could be silent for just a moment, wait quietly. At last, he sets down the embroidery and looks up at you. Before you can speak, however, he suddenly picks up another item and sets to work again. Again, as he works, what looks to be tiny, colored sparks drip from the fabric. Wait some more. He finally finishes and setting it down to examine you. Greetings, I am Gonglaves. Now, what was it you were here to see me about? I had questions. I hope it's 'tis about some garments and the like. I shan't answer anything not concerning myself or the store, you know. Did I want a dustman costume? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're picking one up for Hooby Jooby. Whatever that guy's name was. Before we go there, what were those lights while you were embroidering? Nothing, sir, but a bit of the art, which at times weave into the fabric when the fancy strikes me. Those items which I lavish enchantments upon are my most special creations and are rarely sold. What sort of magical clothes do you have available? He looks you over, frowning. Nothing that would fit you, that is for certain. I'd like to see what you to offer just the same. Okay. All right. Ooh. Daco +1. Armor class 4. This piece of sturdy leather armor was clearly fashioned for a woman. It is a piece of remarkably skillful craftsmanship. Small metal plates and bands are carefully concealed here and there over the jerkin's surface, providing a great deal of protection without hampering mobility. The armor seems best suited for a flashy fighter who would make the full use of the free movement it would afford them. The enchantments woven into it by Gonglaves not only serve to protect such a combatant, but aid them in their balance and the striking of their foes as well. Ooh. Oh, wow. Armor class 6, but it gives pickpockets and stealth skill bonus. This light leather armor was clearly fashioned for a woman. Even at a glance, one can tell it is of the highest quality, every part of it, from its supple leather banding to its quadruple stitched seams and padded silk lining. Speaks of impeccable craftsmanship. Gonglaves wove a number of enchantments into the lining of the jerkin so that its wearer is more prone to blend into surrounding shadows, making them difficult to spot and allowing them to pass by others entirely unnoticed. Ooh. That's probably not going to be bad. I kind of feel like we should get this for Anna. But let's check that out real quick. I don't want to just spend money just to spend money. Let's check. She's got an armor class of 3. This gives an armor class of 8. So yeah, that would be whatever that thing that gives us an armor class of 4 would definitely make this number come down. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's like extremely good. And we can afford it. But maybe I should explore the rest of the town first before I do that, right? Are you using the right daggers? Piercing. No, you're not. This is enchanted +2. She wasn't even using the right daggers. Does she, if I take this off and sell this, this is sometimes when I need an instruction book. Something tells me she's got to have both of them equipped. I feel like. I'm not quite sure about that though. I feel like these both need to be equipped. I also feel like I don't need my severed arm. And I also got to turn this tenement key in. I forgot to do that. I need to go back to the underground area under near Farid to turn that in. Okay. Let's talk to you some more. I had questions. The Dustman costume. You're in luck. I happen to have one available. It costs 30 copper commons. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. And here you are, sir. I would warn you, though, if this is for the upcoming Masquerade of the Lord Arid, many folk are already attending his testament. I'll keep that in mind. Excuse me. That's cool. We got that now. More questions. Okay, so yeah, farewell then. All right. So there was a sensate here. Are they behind the curtain? Yeah. Please, sir, I have things to do. Appreciate you leaving me be. If you'd be so kind, farewell. All right. Can we look behind the curtain here? I don't know, but we're going to try. Can I turn that off? Maybe there's a portal back there or something that happens. Maybe. I don't know. Is that the same sensate? Whatever. Pardon me. All right. We're going to leave. Looks like my cough is starting up. I'm going to have to get more to drink, too. Pardon me. The man looks at you expectantly. Well, did you get it? Yeah, here it is. It cost me 30 commons.
Updated my journal.
Fine, take it. Now I'll to be off. Wait, he said many were already going as dustmen. Did he? Blast! I would hate to arrive in such a common costume. I could try and get you another one for you, but it'll cost you. I could go see if he has another ready. Not a bad idea, not bad at all. Quickly, see if that portly nincompoop has another one, would you? I really feel like I should charge this guy.
Updated my
Looks like
journal.
my skills have increased.
I just said I'll go look at least, because I can always tell the guy how much it cost, you know. Maybe. So Mort leveled up. That's good. Oops. All right. 10 hit point gains. Nice. Questions. I wanted to pick up another different costume. He smiles knowingly. The dustman bit seemed a bit too common after all, eh? Well, it just so happens that I have a Godsman costume if you'd like. It'll cost you only 50 coppers. I'll take it. Here you are, sir. Enjoy the masquerade. Thanks. Easy quest experience here. All right, here it is. It cost me 50 commons.
Updated my journal.
He makes a disgusted noise, snatches the costume from you, and shoves 50 commons in. Now I had to be off. Farewell. Okay. Updated our journal. There's not more shades over here, right?
Done.
Done. It's dangerous down below, huh? Huh. Under sigil, huh? Ooh, the brothel. Okay, all right. What? Salabash? Okay. I'm curious. This tall, thin... Oh, man, I should have grabbed more drink. I got a little bit here left. This tall, thin man, dressed in heavy crimson robes, has sharp, pinched features. He bows regally as you approach him. I'm Salabash, oft called Salabash the Onks, future mage tutor for the Civic Fest Hall. You've business with me, I take it? Questions? About what? Not the word and the like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk can answer such questions, and I'd just as soon as direct you to one of them. Why are you called the Onks? The Onks. A long tale which I've shortened to save my breath. In my youth, I was once called Salabash the Golden, for I was said to have a heart of gold, small, hard, and yellow. Well, I cursed the fool who started that, so that he could only speak from his arse and defecate through his mouth. The Onks appellation, the appellation? Yeah. Along the same lines as the Golden, though immediately somewhat less clever, soon followed. In any case, I'm a much kinder fellow now, far less prone to laying curses and the like. I'm not certain if I deserve the name any longer. You cursed him, so that what? Oh, yes, you heard right. He sighs happily and chuckles to himself. That sort of thing is why I'm known as the master of curses, you know. Oh, okay. What did you mean by future mage tutor of the fest hall?
Updated my journal.
Ooh, updated my journal. Bedtime for me. Thanks for reading all that amazing writing. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Heroic. You have a great night. I'm going to be going to bed soon, too. Probably another 20, 30 minutes. It is a prestigious position to be an official tutor in one of the Fest Hall's training chambers. It's my intention to one day take the position of Mage's tutor. But the title's currently in the possession of the Lady Thorcom. If only I could somehow prove that I'm be a superior tutor. I had another question. Do you know of a cursed man called Requin?
Updated my journal.
Ooh, is this where we get to cure his curse? Hey, Gold! Welcome! Reek, Salabash's eyebrows suddenly dart up. Oh, yes! Jumble murder sense cursed that man, if I recall correctly. Why? Seeking to get his curse undone? Good luck. Only Jumble can do that, you know. So where might I find this Jumble murder sense? Within the Civic Fest Hall, I suppose. A short, portly fellow with a leering smile. Never speaks, so you'll be hard-pressed to get anything out of him. All right, other questions? I guess that's it. So, all right. So maybe we get to help out good old Requin here. So that's the Civic Festival. Fest Hall. I'm going to talk to these people. We got an ad starting in 3 minutes. Okay. Greetings. He makes a point of ignoring you. Okay. What about these other ones? Greetings. Leave. Don't think any of these people are going to talk. Don't want to walk. Making sure I'm not missing any points of interest. Old Poet and Eli. Alright, quick save here. Old Poet. This kindly looking old man spares you only the briefest of glances before returning to his recitation. Heckle him? Sure, why not? Hey, Abbott! You heckle and jeer at the poet, making fun of his style of verse, parents, and postulated home life. You top it off by interrupting a few of his verses and completing them with bawdy rhymes of your own, which draw some chuckles from onlookers and sets the old poet, doing his best to ignore you, to gritting his teeth. Okay, so we'll leave. All right. Eli. This narrowed-eyed, sharp-faced man is scanning his surroundings with a look of vague disinterest, pausing occasionally to look down and pick at his fingernails. Despite being clothed in silk and velvet finery, he manages to look unsavory and more than a little dangerous. Hello. The man looks your way. His eyes are dark slits like narrow stab wounds beneath his brow. His voice is low and gruff despite his slender build. Pike off. Not yet. Questions. You think I wander the ward looking for strangers to spill dark for? Now pike off. Why are you here then? To be surely with passerby. Mm-hmm. Heh. He stands quietly for a moment, then breaks a crooked smile. That's good that. He considers you for a moment. I'm a tutor at the Civic Festival. Name's Havelock. Eli Havelock. As a veteran scout, I teach the art of subterfuge. You mean thievery? His lip curls up in a disgusted sneer. Thieves and thievery. It always is. 5 terrors I spent as a reconnaissance operative in the War of Lies. Scout is my title. Scout. I teach the ways of stealth and spycraft, not common thievery. Let's see. I thought there was going to be... I don't want to be talking when there's an ad. So I thought there was going to be an ad, but anyway. My apologies. I meant no offense. Could you train me? No, I don't need training. Well, actually... I don't know. I've had enough of teaching petty pickpockets and curious sensates for the time being, almost to himself. Not sure why I agreed to do it in the first place. What could I do to convince you otherwise? Many things, I suppose. I'll keep it simple for you. There's the ad. Okay, well, let's wait. Let's wait about 30 seconds here. Make sure we get people back in here. This is on Twitch, by the way. It actually tells me when the ad is taking place, when before it used to not. All right, 5 more seconds. Okay, it's back. He purses his lips and looks skywards. I'll keep it simple for you. Chink, you want training? It'll cost you. I'll pinch the lady's bottom before I train another Burke for free. All right, how much? Hell's, I don't know. 500 comments ought to be reasonable. How about 200? Let's go with 300. How about 300? A done deal. Do you have it now? Actually, I don't want to train just yet. Farewell. Because I'm a mage. I'm not a thief. All right.
I'm gone.
I wonder if he could teach... Can he teach Anna?
Ready. Might as well.
Do y'all think? Oh no, it's me that talks. Okay. Just passing by. Okay.
All right.
Jolmai's messenger. This looks interesting. What is this? Art and Curio Galleria? Okay. The slender young man approaches you wearing a somewhat worried expression. 1,000 pardons, sir, but I am looking for a certain man, and I think you might be able to help me. Oh, how so? I am a messenger, sir, who seeks a man it is said cannot die. A scarred man for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. You match the admittedly vague description I was given, sir, and I have wondered if you were he. Just who wants to know? I am in the hire of a wealthy nobleman. Jomi Surma, sir. Our back, the message on our back says, we are not to tell people who we are and what we can do. I think I'm going to go with, well, you got the wrong man. A pity then. Farewell. Farewell. I'm gonna have to think about that one and come back to him. If I talk to him again, oh, okay. So we could, if we change our mind, we could do it. Then again, we'll never know what the message is. Huh. Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Can you read me about my tattoo again? Fairy can, yeah, keep going. Do not lose the journal, and whatever you do, not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll be put. Okay. All right. What time is it in the game? 7:30 in the 1. We'll come back to that. Let's ponder about that. Let's think about it. What is this on the map? Oh, the brothel. Okay.
You just put him on white guy. I know about that, right?
A drunken mage, Namel, barkeeper.
Yeah, let's sample a little turtle eye.
What's over here? Advocate's home. There's a tent here.
Yeah, let's sample a little turtle eye.
This older man is staring into his stein of ale, misery etched into his features. The battered pewter mug is an unusual and lightly engraved with strange runes and bearded faces, and covered with a coat of thin frost. He looks up as you approach. Greetings, sir. He seems slightly tipsy. Something wrong? Or actually, what's that mug you've got? This? He looks down at the pewter mug. I won this in a dice game. It's enchanted too. Keeps whatever in it freezing cold. In my case, cheap ale. Is something wrong? He sighs and belches into his hand and nods as he takes another pull of ale. Aye, something's wrong, all right. I've gone and lost my apprenticeship. Well, hungover I was and botched my mentor's last experiment. All for this damned drink. He sneers at the mug in his hand, but in seconds the expression softens and he takes another swig. Ruins everything it does, is damnable drinking of mine, so why don't you stop drinking then?
Updated my journal.
Do I have anything in this? Nope, I am clear out. He shrugs and sighs miserably. I simply cannot. I want to, but I cannot. I just need to drink. I try and stay away, but desire eventually overcomes me, and I cannot resist. Such a wreck I've become. He throws the back of his last of his ale and calls for more. I see, If you're too weak to stop, it's your own fault. Farewell. Okay. Namel. And what is this? Someone... There's someone else here. This tall, slender woman, sipping wine from a small ceramic cup, appears to be looking for someone. Her facial features are elegantly exotic, and the woman's ears, though partially covered by her long hair, can be seen to come to sharp points. Greetings. The woman turns to face you, violet eyes flashing like flawless chips of amethyst. Her speech is as music. You can hear a faint musical tinkling, 100 tiny crystal bells, as she speaks. Each word lingers in your ears, as if they are unwilling to relinquish the exquisite sound. Namil turned to face the scarred door stranger. She asked what he wished of her. Wow. Mort. Pah! Anna sneers at Mort. Stop your drooling, you leering skull. My, what a hot-blooded little chit! Starved for attention? I could drool over you too if you were just jealous. Mort starts flashing towards Anna, making wet, slavering noises. Get a hair's breadth closer, skull, and I'll see to it that not one of your chattering teeth lies within 100 paces of another. Mort stops abruptly, turning away while mutteringly unintelligibly. You're Namel. I was told you know the command word for this decanter. Oh. The woman makes no move to touch or examine the decanter, but only speaks. Namel took it from the stranger, turning it in her hands. Had she seen it like before, she thought? Perhaps, yes, she remembered now. She remembered the decanter whispering into his ear as she did so.
Updated my journal.
You realize you know the word now. Nilden Soje. Though certain the woman never whispered to you, but merely said she did. She blinks at you. Would the stranger leave her now, satisfied with what she had told him? Are you looking for someone? Where could she be? Namel wondered. Her companion Aelwyn was supposed to have met her days ago. The woman sighs miserably. The air around her grows chill with her sadness. How long must she search this vast foreign city before she finds her dearest friend? I can help you. What does she look like? She clasps her hands together and bows her head to you. She would be so pleased to hear news of her friend. She told the kind stranger what Aelwyn looked like, so that he would know her should he come across her. An image forms in your mind. A woman who resembles Namel, but with golden eyes and a hair of fiery crimson. I'll return if I find her. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. All right. Nice. So I guess we got a command word now. Huh.
Yeah, let's sample a little turtle eye.
This older man looks somewhat bookish. His clothing and accessories are extremely clean, neat and well cared for, and he often pauses to brush some fleck of dust or lint off of them. A symbol resembling a stylized dagger, piercing upwards through a flame, is embroidered upon his tunic. Well, greetings. This man's eyes pass over to you, gleaming as they fix on Mort. Oh, I say, would you look at that? A floating skull. He turns and looks around. Where? Where? The man gasps. By the unjust laws of tyranny of the merciless. Who? He suddenly covers his mouth and looks at Anna apologetically. Sorry. The man has a horrible tyrant, now long dead. His name should never be spoken so. 'Tis rather vulgar. My deepest apologies, my lady. I did not mean to offend. She rolls her eyes. Talk as you like, Cutter. I care not for what you say, unless you're rattling your bone box about me, that is. Try and get his attention. He turns back to Mort. But behold, a skull, buoyant, levitating off the ground, cognitive of its environment, and possessing hearing, speaking, and seeing capabilities. He turns to you as if you were suddenly a confidant. This is truly one of the reasons that the plains shall never become a dull to me, sir. Just when you think you've seen everything, the plains show you yet another corner to peer around, and, he raises his hands gloriously, suddenly a whole new wondrous vistas are open to you. Actually, the talking floating skull thing is quite common, right up there with the self-resurrecting amnesiacs scoring sigil for their lost identities. The man ignores you, looking at Mort instead. I say, Skull, he begins. Mort gasps. Look behind you! Another floating skull! Let Mort have his fun. The man seems to have forgotten you entirely, instead turning in shock to look for this other floating skull. No! Where? Where? Right here, right where I'm pointing, there! Where? I cannot see it! Mort speaks with mock exasperation. You just missed it! A whole parade of them! Probably never gonna happen again in a million revolutions of the Great Ring. He turns and harumphs. I sense you also possess a peculiar degree of mockery. He bobs slightly as if shrugging. I prefer to refer to it as keen insights into human nature. Get the man's attention again. He suddenly seems to see you for the first time. The man's eyes widen. By the unjust laws of tyranny that... He catches himself looking apologetic. I say, are you all right? You look... hurt. I'm all right. It hurts to look at you, it does. Very amusing, Anna. The man nods eagerly. Of course. I am always most happy to answer what questions I can, young sir. All right, about you. Me? Certainly. Yeah, who are you? My name is Abel Ponderthought. Okay. What do you do here? I passed my administrator exam just recently and have achieved the status of an A9, a research consultant in the Hall of Records, one of the many aides specializing in sigils, physical laws, and history. I research topics and laws of interest to others. It's quite fascinating, really. Okay, other questions. I'm just going to hit number 1. What's that symbol embroidered on your tunic? Why, it is a symbol of the Fraternity of Order. We are responsible for much of the lawmaking and running the courts here in Sigil. Many judges, advocates, and clerks are members of our order, and we are pleased to be able to help enforce Sigil's laws and keep things orderly. We make a strident effort to learn all laws, whether they pertain to Sigil, the planes, or the multiverse itself. So what does the Fraternity of Order believe?
Updated my journal.
They believe that the multiverse is governed by laws. When one knows all the laws, one will understand the multiverse. That is our goal. By understanding the laws or limits, we learn to avoid certain laws. If you don't mind me asking, what sort of benefits are you in the position? Well, our fraternity allows us to read languages quite easily, and we may use some rules of the multiverse on occasion to suit our benefits. Okay, what about more? Actually, other questions? Of course. About this place. I'll admit I know little of this part of the Clerk's Ward, sir, but please ask, why is it called the Clerk's Ward? It is the seat of much of Sigil's record halls and administration. The staff at these places give the ward its name. Many clerks, scribes, priests, bureaucrats, and administrative officials live in this ward. Okay. Other questions about the ward? What's of interest around here? There is one of the finest advocates in Sigil located here. The Civic Fest Hall, home of the Society of Sensation, is also located nearby. He lowers his voice. And the brothel, sir, of Slating Intellectual Less. Tell me of the advocate. He is also one of the Fraternity of Order, though his time there has ebbed somewhat since the unfortunate troubles he has experienced. I'm not one to speak of them. His residence is just across the way, south and east of here. Okay, other questions? The interest. Tell me of the fest hall. It is a beautiful structure that is both the headquarters of the Society of Sensation and acts as a hall for the arts here in Sigil and the Plains. It is an opera house, museum, art gallery, wine shop, tavern, training hall, theater, sensorisms, and many things can be found there. Tell me about the Society of Sensation.
Updated my journal.
Oh, we're getting a lot of updates tonight. Ah, the Society of Sensation. They are one of the most prominent of the Sigil's 15 factions. They hold the belief that the true dark of the multiverse can be known only by directly experiencing as much as the universe as possible, tasting every substance, feeling every range of emotion, and visiting every place in the multiverse. Continue to listen. Their faction headquarters is at the Civic Fest Hall, where they seek to bring experiences to all of Sigil. At the moment, they are the most numerous faction in all of Sigil, and the most powerful. If I am not mistaken, the most recent census of their members is over 20 times 1,000 members. Okay, other questions? Curious about the factions. Yes, there are 15 factions of Sigil. Once they were 49, then about 600 years ago, the Lady Pain let it be known that only 15 would remain. That was known as the Great Upheaval. And sure enough, in a fortnight, 34 of them perished or faded. Many thousands died by the sword or other means. Many were simply found dead. I myself am a member of the Fraternity of the Order. Others include the Believers of the Source, the Dustmen, the Harmonium, the Mercy Killers, the Revolutionary League, and the Society of Sensation, and the Ziotex. Alright. What about Believers of the Source?
Updated my journal.
Godmen believe that every... Yeah, that's right. And we already know about them. They have no desire to see any creature placed in the dead book before it has a chance to reach its full potential. Okay. The other factions. Let's hear about the Mercy Killers.
Updated my journal.
They believe that justice is everything. Malin, their last factual, once said that when properly applied, punishment leads to perfection. Those new to Sigil oft-times commit the error of thinking their name implies that they kill out of mercy. Rather, though, it is that they seek to kill mercy itself. The faction members take it upon themselves to punish the guilty of Sigil, whatever the cost. Other factions... Should I ask about the Dustmen?
Updated my journal.
Well, we got a journal update, so I guess it was good. The Dustmen believe we are already dead, that Sigil and the planes are where we all end up after we die. According to their beliefs, everything is dead and this existence is a false one. To keep any ties or feelings further existent only prevents a soul from truly dying. You see, the Dustmen believe that death in this existence is a matter of degree, and only those who are truly dead and have divested themselves of all ties to this existence can hope to be at peace. A philosophy that has some basis in fact, but much of it bears further examination. Alright, we're going to ask about the Harmonium.
Updated my journal.
They're devoted to peace and harmony throughout the planes. That's their name. They believe that the end justifies the means, however, and are so willing to do just about anything to get a fellow to see things their way. Regardless of one personal opinion of them, they do a fine job of policing Sigil streets. Alright. What about the Revolutionary League?
Updated my journal.
They are also called the Anarchists. Not many know this, but the Revolutionary League is actually quite widespread in Sigil, and a shame that it is too. They hold the misguided belief that all institutions have been established to block their access to the truth in the multiverse. The only way they see to discover the truth is to tear down all organization. They claim that the truth can only be discovered when people are completely free. I often wish that they would open their eyes to the truth around them. They do nothing but blind themselves and block everyone's access to the truth. He gives you a long sigh, then wags his finger disapprovingly, as if talking to some imaginary bad child. It is interesting to note that they have no real plans for seeking the truth past tearing down everything that they can see. Very interesting indeed. It is also of interest that while the Revolutionary League has a large number of members, the very nature of their faction causes these members to work counter to each other's interests. Often, cells fight amongst each other, each one claiming to know the proper way to go about tearing down everything down. Okay, let's learn about the Society of Sensation. They're the one most prominent. They hold the belief that oh, that's right. The Ziotex.
Updated my journal.
The Harumps. Rabble-rousers. Not a preference faction at all. That raggedy bunch, while even the Revolutionary League is more organized. The Ziotex think that by embracing chaos, they'll somehow discover the secrets of the multiverse. Ridiculous notion. Other factions... Okay, something else now. Well, maybe I should ask about the fraternity of the order. Okay, other questions about you. Other questions. What about the city? What about the Lady of Pain? Oh, yes. She is the force behind Sigil. You know, very impressive figure, but little is known about her. What is known about her? He begins ticking off the points of his fingers. 1, she is not just a symbol of Sigil, as some claim. She is very real and very dangerous. 2, she is believed to be one that keeps the powers, deities, out of Sigil. As long as she is present, the powers cannot enter Sigil. 3, she also prevents unauthorized teleporting and gating into and out of Sigil. It prevents the Outer Planes creatures from bringing in even more of their kind to Sigil outside of the conventional routes. 4, she has never spoken to anyone. 5, she usurped control of Sigil from Eoskar, a power now believed dead. 6, anyone who threatens Sigil or her is punished either by falling beneath her shadow, which results in a series of invisible stab wounds that can kill even greater Batazu, or by being sent to the mazes from whence few ever escape. 7, she does not like to be worshipped. Those that do are often found with their skin missing. And lastly, the sight of her is believed to drive others mad. So she stole control of Sigil from a power. How do you know this? 'Tis the belief of my order. The sight of her drives people mad? Yes, he ponders for a moment, but I must add the caveat that I've never seen her, you understand. So how is it that you know she created Sigil? 'Tis a belief. Okay. Other questions about Sigil? Questions about the city. What's outside of Sigil? There we go. No one knows, and it is not from wood of trying, and at the places where no true wall exists are solid walls of buildings with no windows that look beyond. Some claim to have climbed roofs and seen the outside of Sigil, but they can only describe the outside as nothing. That is an unacceptable explanation, but it still remains a mystery. It is rumored without fact that to step beyond Sigil's walls takes the traveler to a random plane. But this has not been confirmed. The Fraternity of Order has mounted many expeditions, and we have yet to retrieve concrete information. Other questions of Sigil? Where's daylight here come from? I don't see a sun. The haze can make it difficult to determine for certain, so I understand your difficulty. The light comes not from a sun, but from a gradual luminescence that fills the sky. It reaches a peak called peak, then fades until the Sigil is completely dark, called anti-peak. The source of luminescence is unknown, but is most likely the lady's will. Other questions? Actually, let me ask something else. What do you know of Ravel? Ravel, if she truly existed, and there is little to prove that she did, was a night hag, one of the inhabitants of the Grey Waste, one of the lower planes, and believed by some to be the worst of the lower planes. As a legend goes, Ravel was mazed several centuries ago. She was believed of being a mistress of many strange magics, and apparently her presence in Sigil constituted a threat to the lady. I'm afraid that I know little about her. Mazed? The mazes are creations by the lady, you see. She takes a small piece of Sigil, copies it, then uses a portal to place the copied bit into a deep ethereal. Once there, the piece of Sigil then becomes a demi-plane, an endless maze that curls and twists about itself. The lady uses these mazes to imprison anyone who threatens her power. Once she has determined that you are to be imprisoned, there is no escaping them. There is believed to be a way out of each maze, but it is most likely extremely difficult. Okay, I think we're done. What a night. And this man's relaxing, enjoying the outside air. Okay. Greetings to... He pauses and finally takes a good look at you. Ah, to you as well, sir. Something about my appearance? No, sir, the trouble is mine. I'm merely unaccustomed to the sight of such a worldly-looking fellow such as yourself here. He closes his eyes briefly, holding his hand to his chest apologetically. I pray you'll pardon my blanching when I first saw you. Worldly. Well-traveled, if you like. That is to say, sir, your appearance. Well, it's slightly disheveled. Rough about the edges. You may find you stand out a bit here. But Sigil is full of oddities, no? Methinks the clerk's ward just sees less of them than the rest of the city does all. You mean I look dead, right? Well, I am, you know, dead. No. Wait. Okay. Other questions. What is this place? What can you tell me about the ward? Okay. Well, the greater part of the ward, where I'm forever doomed to spend the majority of my time, it seems, is dominated by record halls and administrative buildings, not this section, though. So why are you doomed to remain there? My duties lie there, sir. My means of living. 'Tis my place of employment. So yeah, what do you do? Oh, no, sir, I shan't discuss that now. No talk of policies and paperwork whilst I'm away from there. And that's final, he smiles politely. Other questions? The brothel. So the brothel, less as well, not a typical brothel, you know. It caters to more cerebral appetites. Tantalizing nonetheless. Go on. Other places I might mention. He ticks them off his fingers as he names them. The Advocate's Home, the Apothecary, the Art and Curio, the Catacombs, and the Tailor. Oh, I nearly forgot. There is a curiosity shop of sorts as well. Other questions? Where can I find work here? Wrinkling in his brow. I shall take the liberty, sir, of assuming you're not seeking permanent employment. You might seek temporary work at the Advocate's Home or the Apothecary. And the Fest Hall is host to all sorts of goings-on. You may find something there. What do you know of Razzle? That name sounds familiar. Is that some sort of figurehead or character in a book? Never mind. Other questions? How about directions? The Curiosity Shop. I've never been there, but I've had it pointed out to me. 'Tis in the southeast section of this area. An unusual building set atop a wide flight of stairs. Difficult to miss, really. What do you know of the place? I won't profess to have been there myself, but I understand it's run by an importer of sorts. A half-fiend, in fact, whose goods come from the lower planes. A half-fiend? Not a tiefling, mind you, but a proper half-fiend. Daughter of an incubus and a mortal woman, I am told. I care not for gossip, however, so let's speak of her no more. Alright, the goods. You know, sir. Beator, the Abyss, and the like. Terrible places. Okay. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to know. Alright. We gotta do... Let's talk to the barkeeper here. Welcome to my cafe. And okay, so no wine, but I got questions. The man gives you a helpless sort of look. Humblest apology, sir, but I make it a policy to serve drinks and nothing more. You shall have to look elsewhere for conversation, I'm afraid. Are you certain you wouldn't like a drink? Nope, I don't need anything. Okay. The Advocate's Home. Let's finish exploring this map out, and then I'm gonna have to call it a night, unfortunately. Got this to explore. What is this? That goes to the under sigil. It pulls on invisible rope. Hey, there's Elwyn. We gotta talk to her. This tall, slender woman occasionally looks up from her cup of wine to scan the surrounding patrons and passersby. Her facial features are eloquently exotic, and her eyes, a brilliant golden color, catch a light sparkling as she looks about. Yeah, we gotta talk to her. She regards you carefully for a moment before replying. She speaks slowly and carefully, avoiding direct eye contact. I, Awen, return your greetings. Your friend Namel is looking for you.
Updated my journal.
She begins to smile, but then covers her mouth with her hand and looks down at her drink. I, Elwyn, am most pleased to hear of Namel. Might I, Elwyn, persuade you to tell her of this place? Yes, I'll do that for you.
Updated my journal.
She looks at you directly, and just for the briefest of moments before she casts her eyes back down to her drink, your senses are awash with a warm, comfortable feeling, pure happiness. I, Elwyn, thank you. May I ask you about her, though? The way she speaks and what her words do. How? I, Elwyn, can only say that we come from another place, another world. We are not like the people here whose words, thoughts, very feelings even, affect nothing directly. I, Elwyn, take great care so as not to affect those around me too greatly. Namil, she is new here and cannot do so. It is something she must learn. She should choose to should she choose to remain here much longer. But why? There are many reasons. I, Elwyn, feel it is not right to impose reality upon those without the ability to impose their own reality upon me. Is there anything you cannot do by simply speaking of it? A strange, unpleasant feeling rises in the pit of your stomach. Please, I, Elwyn, would speak of it no more. Just one other question. She looks at you directly, your face reflected in the glittering golden disc of her eyes. He would speak of it no more to Elwyn, and thus would no longer force her to speak of it in such a way to him. You find yourself unable to force another question. Your words catch in your throat as you try to ask. Fine then, farewell. She just forced the reality upon us there. Can we talk to this barkeep while we're here? No wine but questions. Nope. Okay. Alright, let's go back to Namel over here.
You're just pulling my weight, girl. I know about that, right?
She smiles as she greets you, her beauty no less breathtaking than the first time you saw her. Namel hid her breath as a stranger approached her. Had he found Elwyn, she wondered? I found her. She was looking for you too.
Updated my journal.
Her lips form a perfect smile, and infectious happiness radiates from her, clinging to you like sweet-smelling warmth. Namel was overjoyed to hear of her friend. Was Elwyn close by? She's at another cafe east of here across this part of the ward. She thanked the man for his wondrous news. Soon she would go to visit her oldest friend, Awen. Now, though, she would reward the stranger. No, that's all right. I need no reward. Oh, wait. We could wait for her to reward us. She would reward the stranger. Actually, let's say I need no reward. She touches her index finger to her lips, making a faint hushing noise. She would draw the stranger close, laying her hand upon his chest and kissing the pale, leathery skin of his cheek. Life would flow into him, invigorating him. This, then, was to be his reward. Ooh, we got 3 hit points from that kiss. Hell yeah! As you wait, there is a light tingling sensation upon your cheek and chest. The feeling spreads across the whole of your body, and you begin to feel stronger, more animated. Thanks. I had some questions. He would have to seek his else. Okay, but I haven't even asked. She smiles at least, slowly shaking her head, your face reflected in her shimmer eyes. Frustrated, confused, he at last gave up. It was clear this woman possessed no more knowledge that was used to him, or if she did, she could not be persuaded to share it. Just let me ask you something. You open your mouth, but no words come out. Try as you might, you cannot question her. She shakes her head sadly. Farewell, then. Yeah, they're forcing that reality. All right. Well, we got a maximum 3 hit points added to our character now. So, well, that's cool. Wonder what Anna thinks of that now.
I'm gone.
Since Anna and I had a moment there. a heated moment that Mort interrupted. Morty. Oh, okay. Well, Elo Brande. All right. That's a good place to save the game.